Makate's matter, when we signed off the show, we even had a bulletin, like, today's the day, Lamangamu, we're going to hear from the Constitutional Court how much it should be awarded. Constitutional Court comes back and they go, hey guys, that's all fine and well, Kalan Pants, right? So they kick this matter back now to Supreme Court of Appeals. Who knows how long that's going to take? Yeah. There's a backlog with the court system. It could be 2 years before he even gets an appearance. And then when they start the argument, how long that will take, also nobody's guess, right? But at some point, I remember him being entitled to over 60 billion rand. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mpo.
Well,
so, because essentially what they were saying was entitled to a percentage of how much they made from Please Call Me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that calculation was, I think, 67 billion rand, something like that.
63 billion.
Oh, 63.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, obviously, I don't think he's going to get that. In fact, I'm almost certain he'll never get that, right? They lowballed him and they offered him 47 a few years ago.
Yeah.
47 is a lot of money. I'm not going to lie, right? 47 is a lot of money. And in fact, if you use 47 well, you will never need to work again in South Africa.
You mean 47 million?
Yes.
Okay, as opposed to
63 billion. Yeah. Okay. 63 billion is like the highest end that he was shooting for. He will never get that.
But 47 million.
47 is what the... Yeah. Now, I'm here to ask you, what would you do? There's a couple of things you need to consider. One, if you're doing this for yourself and your family, then there must be a figure that you're willing to take. But if you're doing this on principle and for those that come after you, then that's something else altogether. Because then you can die and say, fine, justice will be served post-mortem. Me personally, I tell you guys all the time, I'm driven by self-interest. I would take my money and I'd go. I wouldn't take 47 though.
Yeah.
I'd take 150 though. 150 million.
Was it on the table?
150 million.
Was the 150 million on the table?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how I was negotiating.
Yeah, perhaps at the time he thought, how dare you insult me? 47 million rand is a drop in the ocean compared to what I've brought to the table and how I've enriched corporate. How dare you insult me?
I mean,
like
you're
that?
right. So in every business, right, there's always a cornerstone of the business. So if you look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right, Robert Downey Jr., who starred in the very first Iron Man, and you could argue created the MCU because Iron Man wouldn't have been successful without him. True. Right? He has made over $500 million from that franchise. Yeah. He's coming back now as Dr. Doom. He says he's going to make another maybe 600 million. But he's entitled to it because the Marvel Cinematic Universe has gone on to make tens of billions of dollars. Yeah. And you could argue without him, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, on his back,
Exactly the same thing with Makate. Makate would Please Call Me, just Please Call Me alone. Vodacom has made billions. And then they even sold the product to other service providers. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Now, yes, you can make the arguments, dude, you're working at the company then, but that's now a matter that I think they're going to have to rehash in court. Because if I am working here at Kaya, and then I come up with an idea, and that idea flies and makes us a lot of money, essentially it's a Kaya idea.
Sadly, that is, and that's also part of your contract, that whatever it is that you create in-house becomes the company's intellectual property. But I'm still with Mpo in the sense that, can we sit around the table, which is something I'm wondering if they're even doing, sit around the table and try and hash out a particular figure. But then, like you say, if you are arguing from a point of not necessarily self-enrichment, but on the principle, then 47 million is nothing, right? But I can tell you now, even over 100 million, I don't see him getting. I really do not. Because any CEO that has to sign off on that is basically signing off their own career.
Well, I mean, it would be a court judgment.
Even
so you
then,
forced, dang it.
Even
But
then.
100 million over 3 years, maybe 100 million over 5 years, or some sort of agreement.
100 million, they must pay me now. I'm not waiting 3 years. If you're talking billions, maybe we can talk 100 million, give me my thing now.
This can is going to be kicked down the road for as long as possible.
And Vodacom have got the muscle and the money, and they've got the
road.
time, because they can change CEOs. CEOs can even die, and they can still be fighting this. And Nkosana's got one life, and so far he's lost 20 years of it. That's why 47 million is not enough, man. Imagine if he's got a child who's 20. throughout this child's life, he's been in and out of court.
Yeah.
For 47 million, it's too late now. Maybe you should have offered him that in the first few years of this case. He might have taken it.
But that's called a sunk cost fallacy. We didn't tell him to spend 20 years there, bro. That's his choice, right? So, Mina, what I will argue is just quality of life and time value of money.
Yeah.
If you take this money now, again, maybe 47 is not so much, but take 150 now. First of all, your quality of life is going to change overnight drastically, right?
Billionaire status.
This thing of keep going in court every day, I don't even know if this guy works. I can't imagine like what he does with his life.
I think he's a professional.
Is he?
Yeah, and I don't know, changing the quality of his life, perhaps it's investments, but like getting a mansion, I think he's got a mansion. Getting cars, I think he's got cars. So I don't know, changing the quality of your life in terms of investment, yes, and perhaps relaxing a bit and not being so stressed out psychologically.
But isn't there another element to this? Because we also do not know what kind of a deal he has signed with his lawyers. Perhaps it could be whatever it is that I get, you get a particular sum.
A contingency.
Exactly. So he also has that in the back of the mind. Which if you're giving me 47 million and let's say 20 of it is going to these guys, what am I left with?
And then there's tax.
Again,
And then there's
you should have
tax.
considered that. You should have
Do you get
considered
what I
that,
mean?
bro.
So it's bigger than just the 47 million.
Yeah.
There is the 20 years that I've already spent on this. There's the money that I possibly have to pay to the lawyers. There is tax. There's a whole lot that is now in it that it's no longer, I don't think it's about him anymore. It's about the principle.
Absolutely.
Imagine you get after all of this and you get nil. Because he can still go back to court. It's a totally new bench. They may view things differently and go, actually,
You're entitled to nothing.
toodles and buy. Now your lawyers get nothing, you get nothing. 20 years down the drain. Then what?
But we're also looking at a race factor, right? This is a black man who's dared to take on big corporate.
Are we going there?
You
We're
have
going
to.
there.
No, you have to.
Yeah.
No, 100%. But I'll tell you, you see, if you're going to bring that up, I'll also bring the political aspect of it. And you can't shy away from it, right? You know how Vodacom was founded in this country.
Yeah.
You know who the majority shareholder was
Yes.
at the time of it being founded. I'm telling you right now, nobody's awarding that Oak a billion.
Nothing close.
So that one, yeah, balance. But let us know what your thoughts are. Would you take the money now? I mean, that's not even on the table now. But how would you have played this?
There's no way they can say we are not paying you anything. There is no turning back. They can make a better offer than that 47 million, but not a zero, not a zero. Sizwe, not a zero. Please leave your comment.